How to use brewer's yeast as a flea treatment for dogs. If you have a dog, you know how difficult it can be to prevent and remove fleas. Flea powders and prescription medicines often do the trick, but if you are looking for a simple and holistic alternative, look no further than brewer's yeast. A byproduct of beer production, brewer's yeast comes in powder or pill form and contains various nutrients and vitamins, including sulfur compounds that make the fleas less interested in the dog. Some dogs are allergic to brewer's yeast, however, so be sure to check with your veterinarian before trying this alternative flea prevention method. Welcome to Daily Needs Studio. Method 1. Using powdered brewer's yeast. Number 1. Add powdered brewer's yeast to your dog's food for an easy option. Use about 1/2 teaspoon, 1.4 g, of powder for every 10 pounds 4.5 kilograms your dog weighs. Using wet food instead of dry food can help it to dissolve, but you can also dissolve the powder by pouring a little hot water over his or her dry food. Not only will the powder dissolve more evenly into his or her food, but your dog will absolutely love the gravy-like liquid in their bowl. Use beef or chicken stock if you really want to get him or her excited. Number 2. Dissolve it into their water bowl to mask the scent of the powder. You may find powdered brewer's yeast dissolves better in hot water. Boil water and dissolve the powder into it, then put it in the fridge overnight or the freezer for no longer than an hour to cool it down. Change out your dog's bowl each day and add about 1/2 teaspoon, 1.4 g, of powder for every 10 pounds 4.5 kilograms your dog weighs to its daily fresh water. Be sure to provide another water bowl for your dog while you prepare the brewer's yeast water. Number 3. Sprinkle powder onto your dog's fur if he or she refuses to eat or drink powder. Use a flea comb to get all the fleas out of his or her fur, and make sure you kill the fleas by drowning them in soapy water. Then, load the brewer's yeast into a jar with a sprinkle cap, and sprinkle a small amount evenly over its coat. If the dog licks the flea powder off, it won't make it sick, so don't worry if you see your dog doing this. It will still have an effect as the dog ingests it rather than absorbs it. Be wary of sprinkling too much onto your dog's coat, as brewer's yeast has been known to make dogs gassy and can have effects on their stomach. Use about 1/2 teaspoon, 1.4 g, of powder for every 10 pounds 4.5 kilograms your dog weighs. Did this video help you? Let's comment below. Yes or no. Method 2. Using brewer's yeast in tablet form. Number 1. Buy over-the-counter flea repellent pills that contain brewer's yeast. There are varieties with brewer's yeast and medication in the same pill, and varieties that contain just brewer's yeast. If you want to try to avoid medications, search your local pet store for pure brewer's yeast tablets. You shouldn't need a prescription for these pills. Know your dog's level of health and any allergies it has, and read the label looking for things that could negatively affect your dog. Tablets are not recommended for old dogs or dogs susceptible to yeast infections. Try a tablet infused with garlic or omega-3 oils. Garlic and omega-3 oils have flea-preventing effects, and mixing them with brewer's yeast in the correct doses has been known to enhance the effect of the medication. Be extremely careful with garlic, though, as it is a toxin to dogs like chocolate and can be deadly in large amounts. Number 2. Check the label to know the correct daily dosage for your dog. Different tablets and brands have different dosages, even if they contain the same ingredients, similar to how humans can take several aspirin tablets throughout the day, but can only take one high-strength migraine pill. Make absolutely certain that you check your dog's weight and find the corresponding dosage on the back of the pill bottle. Number 3. Wrap the pill in a food you know your dog will love. Foods such as slices of cheese or deli meat are great options, as it is likely your dog will gobble it up in one go. Still, be sure to keep an eye on it to make sure it swallows. Make absolutely sure to check the pill's packaging to understand the correct dosage amount, as large overdoses can cause reactions even in non-allergic dogs. Oftentimes brewer's yeast is infused with other anti-flea ingredients, which can help to prevent fleas further, but can also be harmful to your dog if he or she is prone to infections or if your dog is elderly. Check the ingredients to know exactly what you are giving your dog. Tips. If used regularly, results should show within 3 weeks to a month. This will not get rid of fleas if they are already targeting your dog, but will prevent fleas from being on your dog in the first place, much like how mosquito spray repels mosquitoes rather than outright kills them. Warnings. 1. Be extremely careful when using brewer's yeast mixed with garlic, as garlic can be deadly to dogs in large amounts, and it can be easy to accidentally give it too much. 2. Check with your veterinarian before using brewer's yeast, as some dogs are allergic to it and dogs who are ill or infection-prone may suffer unintended negative effects.